Welcome back to the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast for Friday, May 8th. I am back in studio after being in Las Vegas last week. Chris Hodge. We have a birthday boy today. Didn't want me to mention it, did you?
No. Exactly 1 week from yours. Did we make a big deal out of yours last week? No.
It's not 1 week
2
from
weeks.
mine.
Yours was 2 weeks. Exactly to the day, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I want to make sure.
Thank you.
Nice.
I'm one of those guys that appreciate a good happy birthday.
there
Like
you
most
go,
guys are
man.
like, I don't like people to know when my birthday is. Like my brother didn't want nobody to know it was his birthday when we were in the office.
I don't understand those people either.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't understand
Listen,
those
I'm
people
a
either.
celebrate. You know, I like celebrating.
All right, that's good,
You know,
man.
lot
I
of
like
kids.
celebrating as long as I'm doing it by myself.
Everybody's like, you going out tonight? I'm like, no. I'm going home. I'm having, my wife's going to cook a nice dinner, and the kids are going to come over. All sing me happy birthday. It doesn't get much better than that. Maybe a drink or two and go to bed.
So I'll get to what happened
Watch
to me.
some hockey?
I'll get to what happened to me last week on this field with these ridiculous. I swear.
Stop talking about it.
No,
You're doing
I'm
this
gonna,
to yourself.
I'm going to talk about it, and I'll get to it a little later in the podcast, but I hope this little pipsqueak fuck is watching that ref this game. This guy was actually a Pac-12 official and the worst of all time. Literally the worst of all time. The Pac-12 literally should go get the crew that did my game last week in Vegas and fire this guy and not allow him to contaminate any games.
Tell me you're not mentioning his name.
No, I'm not going to mention his name, but a little pipsqueak fuck, you know who you are, and I'll get to you in a second. Before we get the podcast started, I'm at a loss for words. You know, we always bring up like little things that people do that are just annoying as hell, right?
Okay.
And this to me, I don't know if you guys out there agree with this. I don't know if you agree with this. Like, men aren't men no more. Like, we got men walking around with Louis Vuitton pocketbooks. Like, this is all bullshit.
All the I'm going to get hate mail for even saying, you know, the tight jeans.
Yeah, man, this is crazy.
Skinny man stuff. I mean, it's like.
But what happened at the airport coming home from Las Vegas last week, and I don't want the women out there to get mad at me, by the way. Mother's Day on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the women out there who are moms. You guys run the world. Everyone dies without you. We all know that. Okay.
And women think about it, man. Women are getting stronger and stronger and stronger by the day.
Well, it's because men are getting cuntier and cuntier by the day. And this is, I couldn't even believe
I'm about to
this.
grab myself here. Just to,
man,
the loss of testosterone these days is insane.
Man, again, the women are going to get mad. This was such a woman-like thing that happened to me at the airport. So, you know, you go through security.
Sure.
Right? And you put your stuff in the bin, your carry-on, your laptop, whatever, put it in the bin, it comes out. Now, if there is one place in the entire world that a conversation should never take place, it's where you pick those items up.
Correct.
2 men in Las Vegas literally get into a conversation while there's about 15 people behind them waiting to pick their stuff up. They're literally conversing.
Not picking their stuff up.
They're conversing where the bins come out.
Yeah, but TSA's got to get on their ass.
So naturally, after about, you know, when you watch this for 45 seconds, that seems like 8 minutes.
Sure.
Right? And I'm just looking, and I'm like, are you 2 fucking guys going to move? Like, are you guys kidding me? What's TSA do? Hey, sir, you really can't yell. They're fucking idiots. Go. What are you looking at me for? Go talk to them.
Because you're the disturbance.
Bro, you got bins that are just banging into each other.
But I'm with you, but you know you're going to be the one to get in trouble. That's why I would have kept my mouth shut. I would have just been looking like, I would have said something more along the lines like, really? Not,
listen,
you know, call them out. You're
in the history of my life, I never thought I would see two men converse where the bins get picked up in the airport.
I don't even know what to say to that. I can understand a couple of chicks doing it, but
I could understand that as well.
Women, sorry, women.
I mean, and even my wife is looking at like, are these 2 guys fucking kidding me? Women behind us, like, are
they
two guys
together? Like, were they?
No, they were not
just
together.
Two
they
separate guys
somehow got into a conversation. How? Why? And why are you talking where the bins come out?
No. Not happening. I don't know why TSA wouldn't move them along.
Screwing everything up.
I mean, like, the TSA guy should have looked over. Gentlemen, come on. We got to move along. Move along. Grab your stuff. Move along.
Listen, if there was ever a reason to walk up to 2 men and kick them in the nuts as hard as you possibly could, this was
Are we
the
running
reason.
out of topics?
No.
Is that what this has come to?
Happened. I'm sitting there like
when you were going along that whole line, I thought it was going to be like a total pussification of
had
men.
that. Again, we got men walking around with pocketbooks.
Yeah, oh, God.
How we going to do that? Any guy, listen, I don't care. If you are a man and you walk around in a pocketbook, I am never having a conversation with you ever.
You mean we're not going to talk about the Met Gala?
Oh, no, forget that. Nobody was there. There's just a certain level of airport etiquette that people should have.
Get in, get out. Get in, get out. I can't stand it. I really... Before 9/11, I mean, I don't know if you ever went to the airport before 9/11,
Sure.
but what a piece of cake that was.
Yeah, right through.
I mean, right through.
But then you slam planes
At
into
least now we don't have to
buildings
take our shoes off. That's one less step, you know?
I don't understand this whole thing. In New York, you got to take your laptop out of your bag. In Vegas, you don't have to. What the fuck? Isn't it like the same machines, just in different areas?
I just think it's different state laws.
But
TSA is federal.
Dude, all I know is two men had a bitch-like conversation while everyone in the world was trying to pick up their bins, and you can't physically throw these people through a window because then you're wrong. But whatever. The Vegas trip was a lot of fun. So I have a great story for you.
Okay.
Okay. So we go to Zach Bagans, my wife and I, which if you're not familiar with Zach Bagans, it's the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas.
Oh, you told me you were doing that.
Now...
Those of you that don't know, he's a psycho with this shit, okay? Loves to be scared, watches movies like the worst of the worst over and over. I'm just getting a little preempt so that they understand. In the dark, okay? No one but... And just... This is what he does. But go ahead. Told me he was going to do this little haunted thing, but...
First of all, our tour guide, Charity. Charity, you did a great job moving it along, and it was awesome. Very talented young lady. So Charity from Zach Bagans, thank you very much because you did a great job.
She's still talking about you.
Well, maybe. I mean, yeah. I asked the Peggy doll who was going to win the Celtics-Sixers game. Anyway.
I'm assuming that was supposed to scare you, the Peggy doll?
Well, what they do is, and again, great museum. My wife and I had a great time. Lots of stuff in there. I'm into it. My wife, not so much, and that's where I'm getting to. But I thought Zach Bagans, man, it was a great time. You guys did a great job, and we were excited to go and walking through. It was awesome. So before you go into this house, though, they do tell you that they want you to turn your cell phone off. All right.
Okay.
Now, complete transparency. The tour is like 2.5, 3 hours long. I'm not turning my cell phone off. They make you show them. So you hold up your phone. You see my dog on there. You hold up your phone, you turn it off. As soon as this thing goes back in my pocket, I turn it back on. Right? My wife does the same thing. But they tell you the spirits are known to drain the life out of your battery. They literally say this to you. Now, you could believe such things. Now, a type of idiot that believes this is my wife. And she's watching.
I hope she's not watching.
No, she's watching.
Oh, God.
Hey, D, how you doing?
Hope she's not watching.
No, she's watching. So now here's what happens. We get home. Now they tell you the spirits can follow you home. I laugh at that. Complete nonsense. Okay.
The spirits.
Yeah, man. And again, there's two types of people. You either believe
spirits
in this or
love
you
that
don't.
money made off of them, right?
I love going into and seeing this stuff, but I do not believe in any of it. That's just me, right?
Although you told me a story that
that was one story in my life, but like I don't believe in haunted houses. Like Zach Bagans, I'm gonna send this over to you guys. If you want to take a lay person and just put them in a haunted house to prove that they exist, you can give me a call because I'll stay in a haunted house all night and nothing will happen. Like literally nothing will happen
except for your in-laws.
Oh well, that was a whole different story. Anyway, let me get to this thing with my wife. Right, so we're home. It's like 3 nights after we went to this place. My wife runs upstairs. I'm trying to sleep. It's late at night. Oh, my God. My phone battery drained. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It was at 35%. It's at 0.
So in this museum, there's this haunted doll, right? And they do this whole thing like Zach Bagans himself says, I will never look this doll in the eyes. Right. And it's in a separate room. And after they go through this whole thing, right, they ask you if you want to walk through the room. Now, there was a guy who's like, yo, I draw the line at this. I'm not walking in that room. Me, I don't give a fuck. I go to walk in the room. My wife is pulling me. I'm not going in. You're not going in either. Now, I'll tell you how clueless I am. There's like 5 or 6 of us that went in the room in our tour. I never saw the doll. I was just following someone. I never looked up. I never saw the goddamn thing. Right? So
they took you through the room anyway.
I went through the room. My wife was telling me, no, don't go in there. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. So now my wife's phone dies, okay? She goes and gets the battery fixed. It dies again.
Come on, dude.
JR, it died twice. You know what my wife said to me?
The spirit of Peggy.
You just had to walk in that room with the doll. I'm like, fucko, I had my phone. They didn't get my phone. They didn't do anything to mine.
You serious though? Her battery just...
Her battery died twice. She had to get a new phone. And she firmly believes, and she's watching right now, she firmly believes the spirits at Zach Bagan's Las Vegas Museum, Haunted Museum, were the reason.
Do you have any other explanation?
Other than a phone dying?
Out of nowhere?
Man.
Just when you get back from a place that says, by the way, they drain batteries.
You know I don't believe in that shit.
You're a very contradictory guy.
No, everyone knows.
No, you just want to be the tough guy that goes,
No, not tough.
I'm not afraid of you until it moves, and you're going to run like fucking Scooby-Doo.
Nothing's going to move. Scooby-Doo?
Ruh-roh.
No, my wife been with me 28 years. She knows I don't believe in this nonsense. But Zach Bagan's place with Peggy the doll and the
But you didn't
Dibbit
see
box.
Peggy.
No, I saw Peggy. I asked her who's going to win the Celtics Sixers game. She did not answer me.
I thought
Dr.
that wasn't the
Kevorkian.
scary doll that you walked past?
No, there was another one.
Oh.
I forget the name of it.
Because I would have loved to have you just look it dead in the eye. And
They
say,
tell
"You're
you
full of
about
shit."
that doll while you're in the room with Peggy. And Charity, the tour guide, walked in the room and she goes, "Hey Peggy, how you doing?" Like she's talking to the thing, but that's fine. That's all part of it. And she did a great job. But if you are in Vegas and you want a tourist attraction,
2.5 hours. That had to be a mansion.
Well, so it's funny. One of the last rooms is the Conjuring chair. Like there was I think it was the third Conjuring, which was called The Devil Made Me Do It.
I don't watch any of that shit.
And there's a chair, and they say if you sit in the chair, your back will hurt. I'm like, motherfucker, I've been walking around this thing for 3 hours. My back already hurts. I'm looking to sit down. Of course my back's gonna hurt if I get up. But no, great museum. And I gotta say one more thing about Las Vegas, and I definitely have to mention this. So Saturday night, my wife and I go to the Benavidez Ramirez fight.
Okay.
Right? So before we go to that fight, we go out to eat dinner at Bavette Steakhouse. Okay.
Don't know it.
It's in Park MGM.
Okay.
Bavette Steakhouse and Bar. And our waitress there was a very nice lady by the name of Alexandra. So Alexandra, what's up? And you know, in talking to her, you know, because she was doing such a great job and the restaurant was so nice. Now, in contrast, we went out to a Mexican place on Friday, and I'll get to that in a second. The Mexican place was very loud. Good food, very loud, but Bavette's was more of our...
Did they have like the music going and stuff?
Very light.
Okay.
You know, it was a great atmosphere. But Alexandra, come to find out, and her husband, they are opening up a restaurant called Hawthorne Craft Bar and Kitchen. Okay? They're doing it in the fall. It's going to be located on Dean Martin Drive in the Southwest. Okay? Go check out this place.
I know right where that is.
Just this lady, she was probably the best waitress I've ever had in my life. She was that good of a waitress. And if she's running a restaurant with her husband, I know it's going to be great. So when that opens, make sure you go check that out. Hawthorne Craft Bar and Kitchen. But she did a great job.
On Dean Martin Bowl. I think that's going to be down by the Mandalay Bay, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, like I said, she was one of the best waitresses, if not the best waitress I've ever had in my life. Like, just ultra. Like,
I hope her bosses know that she's.
I hope you send this to them, man. You guys got a great waitress.
We heard you're
man.
opening a restaurant. You're fired.
So I'm gonna play now. We're gonna get to this fight because this was hilarious. So I'm gonna play about a 25-second clip.
Okay.
This is a video that I took Benavidez Ramirez, but this is during one of the undercards. So we're gonna play this video. You're going to hear a bunch of screaming. If you're Mexican, you're going to know what they're saying. I had no idea what they're saying. But we're going to play this clip right now. We'll be back in 25 seconds.
¡Dale, Munguía! ¡Dale, Toro! ¡Acábalo! ¡Está cansado el güey! ¡Vamos, Toro!
All right, so now I'm at the Benavidez fight. It's Cinco de Mayo weekend. I don't care. I don't care. Right? You know how I get along with everyone. Like, I'm there to have a good time. Mexicans all around me. And the Mexicans...
Can we say people that speak Spanish?
Well, no, they were Mexicans.
Okay.
The fighters were Mexican. They were Mexican. Ain't no insult here. And by the way, the guy to my right, who I'm gonna, probably talk about next week, great guy with his son. His son's 13 years old, gonna be a boxer. The people in front of me, awesome. The woman behind me, hilarious.
How were the seats?
Great seats.
Yeah.
Yo, like I think it was section 117, but like 10 rows up. Like great seats, nice seats, right? They're screaming things as you could see in this video, and this was going on all fight, like but the undercard, everything, JR, right? So finally, I say to the guy next to me, because a guy behind me screams something. I'm like, what the hell did he just say? So I asked the guy next to me. I go, what did he goes, stop hitting him so hard. His mom is watching. And everyone saw that, but
That's great.
I'm at this fight. I see 3 undercard fights. I see the Benavidez fight, who's to me is the best boxer pound for pound right now in the world, and you guys could debate that if you want. I do not hear one English trash talk in the 3 hours I'm at this fight. All you're hearing is Mexicans yelling, Mexican stuff, and it was a lot of fun. But here's what happens. There was a fight, Oscar Duarte versus Fierro.
Okay.
And it was a very competitive fight, back and forth. Me personally, I thought Fierro won the fight. People in the section that we're talking to, they did think Oscar Duarte won the fight. But it was very...
Duarte's the bigger name.
Yes. Okay. So they give it to Duarte. The lady behind us was a nice woman, and her husband was like disowning her. Like, I don't know this woman. Like, she booed from the time the decision got announced until that man walked out of the ring, which might have been 12 minutes. JR, there's no exaggeration.
I don't know if I could take it. That would be so annoying.
She called him a cheater because now this was hilarious. Now my wife...
You must have paid the refs.
This is so woman-like. My wife is rooting for Oscar Duarte. Meanwhile, knows nothing about Duarte, knows nothing about Fierro.
Did you bet the fight?
I did not bet this fight.
Okay.
I bet the Benavidez fight, okay?
I've watched Duarte fight before. He's a good fighter.
My wife thought that Oscar Duarte looked like one of my children, right? He had similar, so she's rooting for this guy.
All right.
And now here's the crazy part about women. Every time this guy got hit, my wife was like, I can't take it. I'm like, it's not your son.
She took a side.
What the hell are you talking about?
She chose a side.
So now this is great. So now Duarte wins a, somewhat controversial decision. Mexican lady behind me, my wife sitting next to me who knows nothing about boxing. She's like, oh, I thought he won. He's a cheater. He hit him after the bell and knocked him down.
In English.
Yeah, in English. And I'm like, are you two really arguing about this? But no, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
I like going to the fights. I've been to a couple. Always in Vegas too. I've never been to a fight anywhere but in Vegas.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've been to fights at Madison Square Garden. But yeah, no, lots of fun. I think, like, for my money, what Benavidez did to Ramirez that night, knocked him out in the 6th round, and it wasn't. I mean, now he does hit him with a little bit of an elbow coming back if you watch it in slow motion. Yep. But I thought he knocked his eye out. Like, I literally thought he knocked his eye out.
And you're in the midst of a fight. I never think it's done on purpose. Although there were some heavyweight fights I've seen in the past where headbutts and stuff like that. Some Tyson fights back in the day where. Hey, he would look like he was doing it on purpose.
Yep.
So wasn't that what the ear bite was? I mean,
that was Tyson Holyfield.
Holyfield.
Yeah,
he said Holyfield kept headbutting him.
Yeah, I just think Tyson. And by the way,
he knew he was going to get beat.
One of my favorite boxers of all time
to ever watch. For me.
I mean, he bit the guy's ear off.
He bit his ear.
He bit his ear off.
It was fucking great.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was great.
Oh my God.
He made the guy.
Listen, he always entertained. I'll say that one way or another. Whether it was a knockout in 20 seconds or he's ripping somebody's fucking ear off. Mike Tyson's the most entertaining boxer I ever watched.
Oh my Lord. But it was a great night. And then so I needed that night because now let me get to it. The night prior. All right.
Wow.
I hate these referees so much. And now last night, mind you and I are both not Laker fans, okay, and we're not LeBron James fans.
Not even a little bit.
What JJ Redick said about LeBron James last night is partly true. It's partly true. Where he says, for a superstar, he gets the worst whistle of all time. That is partly true. Now, if we're being fair, and here go all the LeBron James people going to call me an asshole, LeBron James, for a superstar, is the biggest flopper ever.
Ever.
Correct.
For basketball, yes.
for being a top 2 or 3 all-time guy, because he is a top 2 or 3. I know Skip Bayless went on First Take today and had him number 9. Even the greatest LeBron hater of all time, probably me, would say, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's not number 9. He's not number 1. And he's not number 2 in my book, but he is number 3. And
he is number 3.
That's Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron to me.
Right there with you.
What happened in that Lakers OKC game last night was deplorable. The referees in that game were so bad. And LeBron James is dribbling.
Boy that cried wolf.
Well, yes, he's dribbling to the right elbow. He gets hit. He throws the shot up. This is continuation at its finest. They rule it on the floor. Like, the referees were that bad. They went after Austin Reeves. Like, I don't believe referees know their job. I don't believe they know their job. They are there to make sure they call the game to the fairest degree possible. That is their job number 1.
Do you not believe there is a time to swallow the whistle? Okay, I'm not saying like obvious, like super obvious fouls, like cracking somebody in the head with an elbow. I'm talking about the ticky-tack shit.
No problem.
Okay. Last 5 minutes of a game that's meaningful.
Okay.
Whistle should be in there.
Okay. I agree with you.
Okay.
Because I know you say oftentimes I don't agree with you. I agree with you.
A few things we agree on.
But if you're going to do that, then you do it on both sides of
100%,
the floor.
yes.
OKC got the whistle last night. The Lakers did not. I'm not a Lakers fan. I am not a Lakers fan. We didn't gamble on the game. We didn't have money on the game. Watching the game as a fan, what the NBA referees did last night is deplorable, and they are just bad at their job. But they are not worse than the little pipsqueak fuck that I had do my game last week.
Oh, God.
So let me take you through it. Here it is. Here it is, boys and girls. Now, this happens every week to me, and every week I get told I'm right after being told I'm wrong. Okay, here we go. We're up 12-7. Other team has the ball, 4th and 1 at the 1-yard line with about 5 minutes to go in the game. You guys can go look this up on YouTube, all right? They line up for the tush push. Now, a tush push rule, you are not allowed to have your hand on the quarterback.
Even I know that.
The announcers knew it. Yeah. Everyone in the world knew it but the pipsqueak fuck. Everyone knew it. Okay. We're screaming from the sidelines. Illegal. Not allowed to do it. Not allowed to do it. Illegal. The referee on our sideline doesn't throw it. They run the play to score a touchdown.
Why didn't the guy on your side throw it?
Again, another fucking... Now, I feel bad saying this because the head referee in that game, if you're listening, you did a good job, okay? Your people that were under you suck. Okay, so the referee on the other side, who's the pipsqueak, he throws the flag. So we're like, he's got it. Good. Now it's going to be 4th and goal at the 6 instead of a touchdown. We're down 13-12. He rules us defensive offsides. I go, what about the hand on the back? Illegal. Guy tells me, now this is the 3rd time a referee has told me this year, and all 3 times the refs were wrong, and all 3 times Chris Hodge was right. Okay? I'm a Pac-12 referee. I know the rules. You don't. I erupt on this guy. Now the podcast, the broadcast. Now that they're about to kick the ball off. We're still having this argument. They're like, oh, this coach is going to get thrown out the game. I called this guy everything that I could possibly call him before I get thrown out the game. Because for a referee to stand up and tell me I don't know the rules when everyone in the world knows you cannot put your hands on the quarterback before the tush push, you got to be a yard behind him. Now, there's a grace period there.
Sure.
They give you like a half a yard, right? But just go watch any
just to have a gap.
Tush push.
Has to have a gap.
Once again, the coach knows the rules. Once again, a Pac-12 official fucks it up and then argues with me. And the guy was so mentally weak, okay? He was so, like, just a little baby girl. He starts arguing with our trainer.
You know I'm getting upset that you're talking about this because I really think that they watch it.
Oh, they probably
and
do.
They're going out of their way to stick it up your ass. You're making it worse for yourself.
No, I really don't care.
You're literally, this is a
talked about.
self-inflicted wound. If it happens again next week, will you?
No, we play tomorrow. I can't wait for tomorrow.
So if it happens tomorrow.
Tomorrow I might get thrown out the game.
Okay.
Because I might just tell them to go fuck themselves. I'm at that point.
I should go to the game tomorrow.
I might just tell them. I've had it. I've had a ref coming up to me with the delay of game penalty, okay, with the fumble that we didn't get credit, and now with this one.
And the catch.
The catch wasn't a rule. That was just an idiot who walked away from me, right? We've 3 rules now had go against us that we were right.
But the catch was a catch.
The catch was a catch, and the referee on our sideline had it as a catch.
And said it was a catch.
And said it was a catch. And
you're
the back
right.
judge.
And they still said.
Yeah. Listen, I said it last week. I'll say it next week, and I'll say it forever. If you have decided to be a referee now in football or basketball, okay, you suck at life. You're bad at everything. That's why you got a job as a referee. You're terrible. You don't know anything.
I heard a guy actually call, because I was listening to a hockey station on Sirius XM on the way in, and they were taking calls. And a guy actually had the balls to call up and complain and saying that the refs were throwing a game in the
No, they never do that
hockey.
in the NHL.
I wanted to call him and be like, is this guy taking stupid pills? I mean, seriously. Of all the leagues, we've talked about this, it is the cleanest, purest version of any sport out there. Maybe soccer you can include in there as well. But it is as clean as it gets. The refs do as good of a job as they are capable of doing. Do they miss a call here and there? An offsides call, an icing possibly? Sure. But that's what makes the game great, and that's part of the game. We're not talking about calling foul after foul, putting guys on the line. I mean, anybody tell you back when Allen Iverson played, these refs went out of their way to make him lose, calling every foul possible, making sure he was either going to get thrown out of the game or, foul trouble, or it was insane.
Allen Iverson was another one that had a bad whistle.
Horrible.
He would drive the lane and get destroyed.
Destroyed, and they'd be like, yeah, no, you're good.
So here's the thing. If you are a referee and you cannot put your personal bias aside, you should not be a referee.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
Yeah, but call the game. And don't you want to be right? And don't you not want to walk over to a coach, a guy who has a podcast, and tell him you're wrong, I know the rules, and you're fucking wrong? You're not right. You don't know the rules. You're an idiot.
It's unreal.
And it's always these little Napoleonic type fucking people,
it's always
man.
the little guy, 5'9" or less, right?
Kidding me. But yeah, what happened? Now look, this is a semi-pro level. So low, NBA, high, and everywhere in between. Terrible. I said it, 95% of them are bad at their jobs. Terrible.
Very bad at their job. But at the same time, we've talked about this. If they brought robots into it, I think but electronics. I think it would be great for baseball. That's the only sport.
Well, they're kind of doing it in baseball.
Right, they do.
At the plate.
And I think it has been really good for the game. Really good for the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that you'd get that same top quality product if you did it in the NBA or if you did it in the NFL.
I don't even know how you would do it.
The NFL, there's a call on every play. There is a hold on every play. Can you imagine, computers watching? Every play would be like, holding! But it would take 7 hours to get through a 3-hour game.
And I think any coach out there or any player out there that's listening to this would agree with this. You'll deal with a bad call here or there as long as it goes both ways.
Absolutely.
When it's so one-sided, when all the, like last night, Lakers, OKC was one-sided. Now the Lakers turn the ball over 20 times. They don't help themselves.
Sure.
And they're not the better team.
No.
OKC is the better team, which everyone in the world knew. But at the end of the day, why is it so bad? Like, why can't you just look and say, oh, foul, let me call it, or continuation? By the way, in the NBA, they give you continuation on 3 steps. You mean to tell me this play on LeBron James last night wasn't continuation?
You could go watch guys take 5 steps.
It's amazing.
It's insane.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, everybody saw that one a few months back with Giannis when it was like 5-6 steps from one side of the court to the other. Like,
I mean, the NBA, in my opinion, the NBA has a problem with the officials. The NFL just signs a contract, I think, right before we came on this podcast with the NFL referees. So that's just 7 more years of bullshit calls.
They signed a contract, and in the fine print, it was fuck up as many times you want. We'll still pay you.
And here's my problem, and I've said this numerous times, JR, when you are in bed with the sports books, fine. I don't care where you get your advertising dollars from. Go ahead, fine, no problem. You better make sure the integrity of those games stays right and proper, and those officials better do a good job.
For some reason, it's gone way downhill.
Terrible.
Way downhill.
What does that coincide with?
Legalization of sports betting.
What does it make you think?
Come on, man. Let me see. I mean, seriously. And you're going to tell me that today is worse than it was 30 years ago?
There's no chance.
Come on.
There's no
With
chance.
the technology of today's game and the wherewithal and how dumbed down the game has gotten, especially in football, right? I mean, you're not allowed to hit guys no more. It's insane. So I don't know how it's gotten worse. That's my point. That's what I was saying. Like, with all the tech, that's what makes me
bald?
Scratch my motherfucking head.
I said
yeah,
bald.
Yeah, bald. You just wait, buddy.
What do you mean? Wait, I'm 47. I still got my hair. I just like wearing hats.
Wait, you just wait.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a crazy game last night. I do not believe the NBA playoffs has been officiated well.
It's never been officiated.
Well,
I can't remember watching the game in the NBA and be like, boy, they really got that one right.
you know, and here's the thing. You got athletes that are working so hard. You have coaches that are coaching so hard, and they're coaching for their livelihood, right? Coaches are coaching for their livelihood. Players, yes and no. You know, players have, you know, and coaches have contracts too.
True.
But the players are generally more well off than the coaches, right?
Much.
And you can't fire a player, basically. You
Correct.
can't fire a coach.
Not these days.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, speaking about, you know, athletes working hard, I got to mention this too, because my boy and my boy Curly out there, love you, brother. CoreBowFit.com or on Instagram, CoreBowFit. Okay, go check that out. Place in Valley Stream here in New York. They focus on core, balance, and fitness. It's a functional training facility. They offer functional strength and conditioning training in a group setting, as well as personal lessons, personal training, semi-private training. They do a great job. Their mission is to strengthen foundational movements, improve mobility and flexibility, preventing injury, which is massive, right? And enhance performance and recovery. So CoreBowFit.com.
That sounded like a read. And it wasn't.
That's my boy, though.
I know, but
That's
it
my
wasn't,
boy.
right?
I
I
didn't
mean, you did
memorize
it
all of
all
that.
off
No, I
the
didn't
top of your
memorize-
head.
I had-
like,
I had-
is he doing this off the top of his head?
No, I had.
I don't mean to call you out, but goddamn, that was good, bro.
Just like five
Come on,
words.
that was
in there.
good. That was
Five
good.
words in there.
I was looking over it to see if there was anything written down anywhere. I'm like, no, he's doing
Nah, this is my
Pretty
boy,
goddamn
man,
good.
and I know, you know, he's one of my favorite guys out there. He does a great job. He's just all about, you know, human beings getting better. So my boy Curly, glad to do that, man. And I will definitely be checking out. I'll be I'm trying to get my team over to that gym, you know, if we could work out the days, because they all work, and, you know, make sure we can get in together.
You're gonna get fit.
Well, listen, my wife gets mad at me because when I decide I want to lose 20 or 30 pounds, I generally lose it. The Swedish
I just did
fish
it.
in the office prevent me from doing it. I just haven't made the decision
The
yet.
Swedish fish in the office. That's I get the joke.
Swedish fish and the gummy bears.
Gummy bears, Twizzlers, cake.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Oh my God,
Speaking of
caramel!
cake-
I'm so glad I'm on the other side of the office.
Yeah, you're not today, though, because we got a birthday cake coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope it's a Fudgy the Whale.
I don't know. The
boy.
secretary went and got it, so I don't know. CoralBowFit.com, and check out on Instagram, CoralBowFit, and go check them out. Valley Stream, you guys will be very happy. Great gym over there, and you know, they'll get you in shape. Now, in terms of, you know, what we're doing here, let's get to some gambling talk.
Sure.
Okay. This is the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast. We kind of mix betting with just things going on in the world, like two idiots talking at an airport where
Kicking them in the nuts.
you know, I've seen a lot recently. You know, JR and I have done radio. How long you done radio for?
Since 01.
All right, I'm old.
The first 1 hour radio show dedicated to sports betting, and I got the idea from listening to a stock pick guy down in Florida, and like an epiphany. And then I tried it, and holy shit, it was awesome.
So you're 01, I'm 04, but really started Sports Investors Daily in 06.
Right.
So next year will be our 21st year.
My original show was called Early Action.
Now, the reason why you and I, you know, got together is because we hold pretty much the same values when it comes to sports wagering. So when people, I want you guys to understand this, when we do a radio show, we do have a list of things that we can and cannot say.
Sure.
But one of those things is not, like, we're allowed to say go bet whatever you want. Like,
Of course.
we don't have to ever tell anyone to be careful with what they bet.
No.
We could just, hey, go load up, whatever.
Take everything you got, unload.
And you and I have never done that.
Never.
We've always told people to bet a certain percentage of what they have. Not every game can win. You know, we've always told you guys to be careful with that. I'm seeing a lot now, and it's driving me crazy. So I'm gonna tell you why. You know, people are betting on the multiple platforms. They're losing, and now I'm gonna say, if you've lost X amount of dollars, you may be entitled to.
It's unreal.
And this just goes back to, you know, men not being men anymore, man. If you lose money gambling, you lost money. Like, I just got my dick knocked in at the table games.
Unless they logged on to your account and bet your money for you, you have no case. Be a man.
I'm trying to understand the difference, right? Like, so if one of these sports books sends an email out, now I want you to understand, I'm not going to give you the number, but I got hammered on the table games. Did well with sports, but I got hammered on the table games this past weekend. I'm telling you, it wasn't 13 minutes upon me being out of that hotel. I got an email offering comp trip.
Of course.
Come back. 13 minutes.
Of course.
13 minutes.
As soon as you checked out.
As soon as I checked, I got an email.
Yep.
And I'm just like, and what did I say now after getting destroyed, right? Markers, everything, right? What do I say to my wife? Oh, look at this. They just offered us a free trip.
You want to come back in a month?
When we coming back? So, like, yo, people out there, in my opinion, just need to grow up. Like, you're a big boy and a big girl. If you gamble and lose, okay, suck it up. Come back and win. Or just stop.
And it's funny because man or woman, like you and I, we were getting a lot more female clients these days.
100%.
Right? A lot more. Like it used to be back in the day, maybe one a year, one or two female clients would contact and take it serious. Now, almost every week, we have a really solid professional female. They take it better than you men most of the time. They handle, when they lose a game.
What the fuck is going on?
They do not panic at all. No. It is so, listen, because we win a lot more than we lose. So we're so used to. But there are certain guys that if they start off brand new and they lose 2 games, this is the worst decision I've ever made. You guys are clueless. I'm like, listen, it's sports betting. We talked about this before the first game. There are variances throughout the duration of an entire year. You're not only going to not win every game, there's going to be, oh no, you ready? Multiple games in a row that you might lose. It's like, Jesus, like they want to hit 98% of the time.
And that's impossible.
It is. Listen, it's impossible. It doesn't exist. If you can hit 60% during a baseball season, you're making a fortune of money. Okay. Yeah. If you know what you're doing, if you understand,
if you're betting,
as long as you're not doing 2-to-1 favorites on every game every night, right?
Yeah, you're talking about
average of minus 115 to 120 on money lines.
I would say in baseball, I always go plus 130 to minus 130. Plus 130 to minus 130.
But see, but I with the people I deal with and with this, with a lot of the strategy we use, believe it or not, we do utilize, not all the time, but we utilize a lot of run lines. Sure. I know a lot of people are against that, but the right run line is a great move. You got a $1.90 favorite that you know is going to win and you can get them at even money. You jump on that, especially teams like the Dodgers, the Phillies, the Yankees that give ridiculous, not so much the Phillies, take that one back because they're not great on the run line, but a lot of teams, Dodgers especially, unbelievable on the run line. Yep. Why? Tremendous amount of bat power, period.
So I'm not a baseball guy. I do not bet a lot of baseball. I don't. I've done it here and there, but I don't like run lines for home teams. Because if they're up, you kind of lose that.
You lose a half inning.
You lose. You get the. I know. It's just we always try to put the math in our favor, but we always say make sure you bet responsibly. Make sure you bet with a plan. And to me, the funniest thing was, and I spoke about this sometime in March when we did our radio show. One of the sports books actually sent out an email.
That's right.
Saying, "Hey, you got to bet with a plan." Oh.
And whoever was writing, like, oh God, I can't believe I got to write this email. But that was a regulatory body that came in and said, you better 100%. Tell people to bet responsibly. Well, I mean, listen, it's the first thing when I take on any new, even prospect, if I'm talking to somebody about possibly getting involved with me, within the first 5 minutes, the question is, are you capable of losing X amount of money and it having no effect on your life?
And what do we call that? Disposable income.
Disposable income.
You want to take
whether it's 1%, 5%, no more than 10%. That's how much that you should be able to, and some guys say, well, 20 grand, man, shit, that's going to piss me off if I lost it, but it definitely has zero effect on my life. Well, that's the number then.
Well, that happened to me last week. I was pissed off that I lost. No one likes to lose.
No.
But I left Las Vegas, had a great time.
Listen, if you lose 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 grand going to Las Vegas, you won.
I hate that mentality.
But it's true. The money that you would have spent on everything that they picked up the tab for and all of the entertainment and everything else, come on, man.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a cheap vacation. Now, if you go there and you drop a 25-dime marker and you're home within 48 hours of getting there, yeah, that's hard to swallow. That's a tough pill.
Man. So last week we were there. When we did the show last week, gave you guys a free pick on Game 7, which was Philadelphia against Boston. They won outright. Now, when I gave the pick out, Philadelphia was plus 8.5, plus 7.5. And then as the day went along, Jason Tatum, it was came out that he wasn't playing, so the line dropped all the way down to 3.5.
Yep.
But they still won a game outright, so the point spread never came into play. Gonna go with a ballsy pick for tomorrow. Now, you get Knicks Sixers tonight. Now, the time of doing this podcast, which is, of course, I'm getting a spam call right now. Hold on, let me get rid of these idiots. 3:25 Eastern time. I don't know if OG is playing right now for the Knicks tonight. It hasn't been announced, and we don't know about Embiid. Again, by the time this makes it to, on the internet and live on podcasts, that game might be going off. So I'm staying away from the games tonight. Minnesota, San Antonio, game 3, tied 1-1. Knicks up 2-0 on the Sixers. I'm going over to the Lakers, OKC tomorrow. Now, OKC is the better basketball team. Everyone in the world knows that. What happened last night, we spoke about with the refs. I think the Lakers are going to show up tomorrow and play their best game. I think the refs, they can't possibly keep doing this to the Lakers where the way they're calling this series. The Laker players spoke to them after the game last night. I think the Lakers stay within 8.5 tomorrow. I'm going to give the underdog in game 3. I'm not saying OKC loses the game. I just think it's going to be a really tough game. I think the Lakers show up. And look, this is crazy because OKC has been favored by 15.5, 16 in both games. They covered both.
Yes.
But it just seems like it hasn't been like where you're looking at
16-point blowouts.
It just hasn't seemed that way. It's like OKC outscores them by 4, outscores them by 8. They went on a run last night without SGA in the game. But I'm going to take the points with the Lakers. I think the Lakers keep it close. 8.5 is a lot of points. Again, the point spread could move. We're doing this 24 hours, a full 24 hours before it goes off. I think OKC wins the game but does not cover. I think the Lakers play their best game tomorrow. What say you with hockey?
So I'm gonna give a little bit of a ballsy pick. I say why not? Colorado's been unbelievable, dude. They have a 9-6 victory the other day against Arizona.
That was game 1, right?
Game 1. They took game 2 handily. Now game 3 back in.
You did it again,
back
man.
in Minnesota. Shut up, the fucking gaffes. So back in Minnesota. The line's it's a very soft line, and that leads me to believe, the public's going to be all over Colorado, but I'm taking Minnesota. I think if they're going to get a win, they're going to get it at home. And Colorado almost, do they really want to just keep sweeping and have all that time in between series?
So you mean to tell me they're not going to play a game?
I didn't say they're not going to get up for it. I just don't think that they're going to play as if, the title's on the line, so to speak. They're going to go out, they're going to give it a good enough effort. It's not going to be enough.
What's the line again?
Minnesota's plus 110
at home.
At
Minnesota
home.
at home
Plus 110.
Series
honestly,
is 2-0.
It's 2-0, and that line in any other event, seriously, should be plus 130, plus 140. Public's hammering Colorado. You're getting next to no action on Minnesota, so I don't know how it's holding steady at plus 112 or so, which is why I just looked at the phone.
So 2 on the dogs for tomorrow.
I like them.
Minnesota,
I like them.
I got the Lakers.
I don't think they're going to even come close to winning the series. They'll get beat 4-1, but I think they're going to win the first game at home.
Well, you went 4-1 on your first round series bets, right?
Did.
Lost Edmonton, won the rest.
You got it.
So yeah, personally, again, I would be shocked tonight if the Knicks won. Just reasons here. One, it's the Knicks. Why would they go up 3-0 and make shit easy, right? The Knicks can't do that. But by the time you get this, and I just don't want to bet against either which way because there's injury concerns in that game.
Are you starting to become just a little bit more of a believer
in the Knicks?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I absolutely not. And don't deal with this bullshit with the hat. This guy hasn't worn a Knick hat all year. Hasn't worn a Knick hat since I know him. And all of a sudden, the Knicks are up 2-0 in the semis, and he puts it on. He's the conference semis.
First off,
you believe this? Got the producer laughing.
It's the 4th time I've worn it.
Oh, my God.
At the end of each season, I give up the gear, and then we pick up the new gear. During hockey season, was I not wearing Islanders shit all the time?
No.
Hats,
You weren't.
jerseys.
Bullshit.
You're so full of shit.
Only when the Islanders started playing well.
Oh, God. Yes. I went to 15 games. At least. At least. And
he's part of we?
You're goddamn right I am. What a letdown we were at the end of the year.
There is no we.
There is we.
There's they, the millionaire athletes.
Oh, there's just they and them?
Who don't get pronoun. All right, man. No guest on today. We will have someone lined up for next week, though.
I've been trying to get Landrum. He wants to come on the show.
Yeah, from Alabama.
Alabama, yeah.
We got a couple UFC guys. Just haven't been able to work out the time because I said it last week because Chris Algieri said boxing is so much harder than the UFC. I got UFC guys reaching out to me, but we just haven't been able to reach out, get the schedule. But we'll get that done. Hope you guys enjoy listening to it.
Be safe, have fun, and let's go out there and make some money.